Good morning, guys. It's really cold. My bread's gonna thrive. I am not thriving. But today is bake day for my goodies and dough day for my bread. So today's pretty much the most labor intensive day because I have to do the dough for the bread, the dough for the baguettes, the dough for the pretzels. And then I get to bake the Pop-Tarts, the scones, the cookies, and then the pretzels. And then I shape the pretzels and I shape the bread, and then I do dishes, and then I package everything up, all my goodies. And then tomorrow I'll bake the bread and I'll bake the baguettes and I'll shape the baguettes and then package those up and do the market. So that's kind of the plan. I don't really know what I'm gonna show you because that first video that I did was pretty much like today, like the rhythm of today. I don't want to repeat it, so I think I'm just gonna do like a little walkthrough, but we'll see how it goes. Right now I'm setting up, so I bring basically my kitchen into my living room, to be honest. Like I have my little rack of stuff that I need, and then I have my table, I have my bins for my dough, and then I'm gonna bring all my ingredients and they're gonna go on that table right there. So flour, salt, inclusions, bowls, extra bowls, mixing items, water, Miss Fran. Yeah, that's kind of the plan. So let's do it. Okay guys, it's really cold in here, so I think I'm gonna go and get a drink. The perks to living on an island is that you can literally walk to grocery store, cafe, and be back home in like 10 minutes or less. Look at all of these flowers. Like, are you joking? Are you joking right now? Like, shut the fuck up. It's so pretty. It's like kind of insane. But got our coffee, our liquid motivation, and now we're gonna go get deep in the dough. Get deep in the dough. Alrighty guys, so we have all of the doughs done, and now it's the stretch and fold time. So I'm gonna start stretch and folds. I already did one round, so this next round we're gonna include baguettes, and we're also gonna add the rosemary to the rosemary inclusion loaf. And then I'm gonna clean up that ingredient mess. Alright guys, the dough is doing its thing. It's bulk fermenting for a long time today because the temperature is adequate. So it's gonna sit here until about like 5, 6-ish, and then I'll shape it. But right now I'm drinking my beetroot steamer made with maple syrup, yum, and oat milk. And then in the oven we have the Pop-Tarts and the scones. Those should be coming out within like 15-ish minutes. And then we're gonna do another load of those. We had 3 loads of those today. And then cookies. And finally, we need to do the pretzels. So that's gonna be pretty labor intensive. But everybody loves pretzels, so it's worth it. Yum, they're so yummy.
Right now, I think that one solid couple days, me and Sarah. This is getting. Obviously, Carissa left. Whether that was going to work or not, that's where my time was. So now, not.
Kissed 2 people in the same night. Getting to know Jake, him getting to know my lips, Jake getting to know my lips.
Well, I don't know who bro think he is, but he out here trying to collect Infinity Stone, man. Like, that's crazy. I hit jump a lot.
Guys, I'm gonna be so real. I forgot to film the glaze. I had you all set up. I thought that I was filming. I was not. Maybe. These are what the cherry Pop-Tarts look like. They look really good. And then these are what the dandelion Pop-Tarts look like. And you might be asking yourself, what the heck does dandelion taste like? It tastes like honey. It's really freaking good. And I'm so excited because, like I said, it tastes like honey and it's gonna be so yummy. And I'm also really excited for the jalapeno one. That one's also gonna be really good. So.
What are like some things you're like looking for?
But it's made me realize that Donovan is my guy. That's the guy.
Okay guys, so the oven is preheated and we're gonna do these 12 pretzels. This is our last round of baking those pretzels. These cookies just came out. I'm letting them cool down just a tad prior to putting them on the cooling racks, which are right over there. Yeah. And then next is shaping dough. The weather is cooperating today. My bread is thriving and I'm freezing. But it's a give and a take. At least my oven's on, you know? Stand right by it, get a little heat.
We're so proud of you. Thank you so much.
Okay guys, we're gonna start packaging now. So this is kind of like my setup. I have my organizers. They're meant for cans, actually. I got it off of Facebook Marketplace. Really good deal. Okay, so I'm gonna start. I kind of did this so all of my goodies that I baked first are down here, second, third, fourth, you know, there's a rhythm to the madness. Okay. So I have these little bags. I have 3 different sizes. This one I use for my scones, this one I use for my cookies and my Pop-Tarts. And then I have a bigger one, which I accidentally ordered. So that was my bad. But we still use them. They're useful for the pretzels, and sometimes when the scones are a little bit too big, then they go in the big ones. Yeah, but I like to use ones that fit perfectly, so then I use less waste, and then I feel a lot less bad about the environment. When you work at like a fast food place, when I worked at Dairy Queen, I felt so bad. So bad. And then when I got a new boss, for the blizzards, we used to have metal collars, so we would just reuse the metal collars. We had like 8 of them. And then my new boss came and he decided that he wanted to ruin the environment. And he switched us over to paper collars. So, you know, just going through 1,000 paper collars a day. So in my business, I try to reduce the waste as much as I can. The pretzels are done, so let's pull them out of the oven. Do you like my oven mitts? They're really cute. Thank you. Okay. Ah, they turned out so pretty. Look. These are authentic German style pretzels made with lye. So yes, I wear proper PPE. Thank you. Check out my last video to see me making them. Got goggles, gloves, I got everything. Just in case. Okay guys, so everything is packaged for the most part. I haven't packaged all of the pretzels. What I'm doing is I'm experimenting again. And I'm testing out these bags that I got at the beginning of the market season. But I couldn't use them because they, like my Pop-Tarts, it's just a greasy mess. But my one caveat to using the bags that I use right now is that they have a plastic lining. And I am not about waste, okay? I want to use as much biodegradable stuff as I possibly can. Like, even me personally, like my toothpaste and my deodorant, I stock up twice a year. I go to a store in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I bring so many mason jars, and I get so many toothpaste tablets, and I get so many jars filled of deodorant. But I want that to also bleed into my business as well, because that's a huge moral of mine. So we try to use as little waste as we possibly can. So hence me testing that out. And then, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I also really want to test out different bread bags. Not different bread bags, but switch to butcher paper. I mean, I don't know how many customers will react because it's not really convenient. It isn't convenient, but it's better for the environment. And to be honest, like, I don't use those bags. I think that putting your bread under a glass bowl is a lot more convenient. And to be honest, then you see it and it's in your mind. It's not out of mind, out of sight. You know, out of sight, out of mind. It's in sight, in mind. So maybe I'll do that, but I do need to use up the bread bags that I already have, because that's bad if I don't, because, you know, why did I get them? They need to be used. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to shaping our dough. And then we're gonna sticker these after. Now we go put this in the fridge. Okay guys, it's every baker's worst nightmare. Time to clean and time to do dishes. Since our last chat, I have done the dishes, I've stickered some of the items, and then my lovely neighbor, literally, I don't know what I would do without her, came over and she brought my freezer stuff back, like my food, and then she brought a table that I'm gonna borrow, because the last market, it got a little crowded, and I had some helpers. My mom and my sister were there, so although my table was crowded, I had somebody that could stock the items right away, right when people took them. So, since I'm doing this all by myself, I wanted more space so then I didn't have to spend as much time stocking items when they fly off the shelf. So, hence the second table. And then I also, yeah, I got my freezer stuff. That was good. It's kind of nice to have freezer meals like pasties or my stromboli from the Stromboli people, Carl's Cuisine, because on these nights after prepping, I literally want to go to bed right away so then I can wake up at 2 a.m. and not be a zombie. So having these freezer meals are nice because I'm making my dinner and I'm packaging. And I know that the dinner is not like pizza out of the box, like it's actually nutritious. So That's really, really convenient. Okay. Do you remember how we were experimenting with this bag? This bag is better for the environment because it's biodegradable and it doesn't have a plastic lining inside. I previously put these in bigger bags of this that do have a plastic lining inside. And I had a leftover one day and I took it home and I waited a day and then I ate it. And when I pulled it out, the salt was like disintegrated into the pretzel. So my thought was that it was because of condensation from the bags because they can't breathe. So these are good for the environment and they're also good for the product itself. Hence the switch. Okay guys, my workday is officially done. We have everything packaged. We have my bread station prepped for tomorrow. All I need to do tomorrow morning is add some silicone mats, because that's not food safe. And then I have my dinner going, which is, can you guess it? Think of the most UP thing you can ever think of food-wise. Oh my god, you got it right! It's a pasty! So good. I get my pasties from Irontown Pasties. They have vegan ones. Only place that has vegan pasties. Really so good. Yeah, so that's that. And then I went over to my neighbor's. She graciously stored my freezer items, and if you guys saw yesterday's video, you would see that my freezer looked about this full yesterday. So, thank God for her freezer, because I would not have been able to make those Pop-Tarts if I didn't have her freezer. So, thank you so much. And yeah, tomorrow is market day. Tomorrow is market day. We're gonna wake up early. We're gonna wake up at 2. We're gonna slice some bread. I'm gonna do some baguettes, which I'm really excited for. And then it's our last market. Happy tears, okay? And then we're gonna get ready for our pickups on Saturday. Moral of the story, thank you so much for coming along and listening to this video and seeing the behind the scenes of my dough day and bake day for my goodies. Until next time, which will be tomorrow, my market day. Goodbye. Thanks for watching, boo-boos.